Welcome in, college baseball central fans. You got myself and Jake McKeever. We're watching the LSU-Tennessee game live here. Come on and join us. Come in and ask your questions. We're going to be here all night watching this game. It's 0-0 right now in the bottom of the third. 3-2 count here for Neil. So those of you who are watching,
I'm a little bit in front of you.
So. Oh, you're ahead of me?
A little bit. And then the live stream, the stats is really far in front of us.
Stats is far ahead of us. Great.
So so we can't check the stats. That'll be the rule.
I wonder why I'm so far behind.
Probably the West Coast. It's got to get all the way out there.
It's freaking so true.
And it's Gavin Dugas batting.
Yeah, it says I'm live.
You'll have to lead then, so that way I don't give away the game for you.
Yeah, I got a 1-1 count on Dugas.
Okay, then you jumped ahead of me.
Yeah,
because I just saw. I think you're about 10 seconds ahead of me.
Okay, I don't know what was going on there. It took forever. I'm just gonna have to keep making sure it's buffering and getting out of that freaking cycle there, being behind.
Tennessee wearing the closest to a great uniform that they could. Like if they just wore orange sleeves, I think these would be like the best road uniforms. Gray sleeves look terrible.
I don't know why Noah hates them. They're not bad uniforms. They're not ugly. Like the orange does well on that.
The orange pops. It's just that they wear gray. Like it looks so much better with who's that behind the plate? Dickey. Dickey's orange sleeve looks really good with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he looks good with the orange. The orange takes over that.
It pops, yeah.
I love it.
And if they wore orange cleats, poor Charlie Taylor. He came out for that one regional at bat, and then he got someone else brought in behind him. Did you see the Devers strikeout? He got clocked off.
No.
And he got rung up on because he took too long after a foul ball.
Oh, I did. I just saw they just showed the highlight of it right here. I'm watching the Astros game over here. Bases loaded for the White Sox with 1 out. Vaughn up to bat right now. Andrew Vaughn.
The Cal product, the last good player to come out of Cal.
I know. I drafted him in my fantasy baseball league this year too. Oh boy.
There's a whole lot of fishing shirts at this LSU game.
This is
including Alex. Alex is among them in the fishing shirt.
Did you get the walk right there?
Yeah, another walk. That's gonna bring up Trey Morgan.
Uh-oh. First and second, no outs there for LSU.
For as many cheap hits as Tommy White has because they lose the ball in the sky, I think Trey Morgan is the opposite. I feel like he hits the ball hard almost every time and he gets out.
Yeah.
He went over in the A&M series. He had 3 or 4 hits stolen from Haas. I think he's going to the pen.
And Andrew Vaughn just struck out. No way he's going to the pen already from Dolander.
I know he's back-to-back walks with no outs.
Yeah, but it's the 3rd inning. If you go here, you're already burning through your bullpen this early in this series. Yeah, trust your hog.
No, they don't have anybody up. Yeah,
he's got to give you at least 3. He's got to get.
How many shades of gray do you think Tennessee has? Because the pitching coach just walked out in a different gray sweatshirt.
That was like a heather gray. This is like a late gray that they're wearing right now.
A smoky gray.
Smoky gray, is that what it is for the dog, Smokey?
Yeah, the dog. For the Smoky Mountains.
Is the dog's name Smokey?
Yeah, Smokey. Trey still with the helmet.
Trey looks like a Build-A-Character in MLB The Show.
I like his hair. I think his hair's cool.
I'm not saying I hate it. What I'm saying is he looks like a Build-A-Character.
Like a Build-A-Character?
Yeah. He's got like the whole arm guard. He's got the whole sleeve. The mask that comes over the face a little bit.
The progression of your MLB The Show character.
And he's got like the pants pulled all the way up and rolled up into the knee. Like
he didn't do that in Round Rock. He wore the dirty mids. So he wore just over his cleat.
Ooh. Is there a better day than opening day in MLB and college baseball than when SEC started?
And dude, Houston right now is the center of the sports world. We had, the parade, or not the parade, the banner unveiling for the Astros, ESPN. We got the Final Four, A&M Ole Miss, really close.
Yeah,
I think Houston's playing at home. I don't know who they're playing.
They're playing the White Sox right now.
No, the Cougars. The Cougars.
Oh. I was like, I'm watching it right now on the other screen. Where is my remote? I better silence that. Can you hear any of the background noise?
No, it just sounds like static.
Well, I have an AC unit in here that never shuts off because it's a hotel.
Oh, he changed the color of his tape. It was white in Round Rock. Now it's purple. He needed to get more festive with it.
Ooh. Another full count here. This is not good.
That's a ton of pitches. He's not even close either.
I don't want to give away too much of our pick'ems this weekend, but definitely took Tennessee.
He took Tennessee. I took LSU.
I definitely took. Oh, you got is that the Joe Burrow jersey on?
Yeah. And then the Burrow.
I love it.
Oh, let's see. Robbie Grossman plays for the Rangers? I would not have guessed that he would still be in the majors right now.
No. I did not know that.
I feel like he was like when the Astros sucked, he was on those teams 10 years ago.
Maybe he was. Okay, full count again here. Another payoff pitch here for Dollander. Needs a ground ball bad. Got it. Straight up 4-6-3. Jeez. 2 outs, man, on third now.
That was a good hop for him too. It almost went his way.
Yeah.
That was a really good play by Moore there, because I could have very easily gotten away from him.
That ball's not hit bad. That ball's hit well again.
Yeah, it's hit on the button. It's hit on the button.
Just right out of that, almost ate up Moore. Maui.
It almost threw off Maui's timing too. He was a little early.
Yeah.
Maui Ahuna's so smooth up the middle.
Yeah. Even what he's done offensively has changed Tennessee from when he missed those first 3 weeks.
I know he's almost like Haas at A&M, because I know A&M struggled with a bunch of errors last year, and I don't know. I'll have to see what the ruling was for Tuesday, but he's got 1,000 fielding percentage in the SEC play. Then Dylan Cruz. He has 80 pairs of shoes.
What?
He's got some NIL deal with somebody in Baton Rouge who paints them. Because I asked him about that at the A&M series. I was like, how do you always have white cleats? He's like, oh, I got hundreds of them.
Really?
Because Trey wears dirty cleats, and Dylan every single day rolls out with something clean. Yeah, he didn't get that one.
I don't have 80 pairs of cleats, but I got 80 pairs of shoes with dress shoes.
With dress shoes, and it froze. I assume he caught it.
Yeah, he caught it. Let's see, what am I wearing today? Oh.
You got your Air Force Ones?
No, I got these guys on today. The Witnesses with a little bit of green, since I'm down in Eugene.
Oh, the Witness. Oh yeah, did you go to the Oregon store while you were there?
No. So Bend, right out by me, has a cheap Nike outlet. So I got these for $34 because they're size 15 for me.
You go to the Ross. Ross always has the best shoes in the big sizes. They don't ever have my size.
Well, no. Why would they have your size? They clearance that stuff out for people like me that have size 15 shoe and can't wear anything else.
Let's see. It's buffering, but I assume Cruz popped out.
It was a pop out to left. It was nothing. It was super shallow. Left fielder came in and got it. Where am I at? Power.
So he's 0 for 2 now, Cruz?
Yeah. In 2 big situations, too.
I didn't really see how he hit against Arkansas, but from a batting average standpoint, he didn't really. I mean, he hit the ball hard. It was just right at people, so his average dipped a little bit. It went from 520 to 490 or something like that.
Fisher, yeah, our boy Cam Fisher at Charlotte is tearing the cover off the ball last 3 weeks. He's climbed straight up the charts on all the hitting stats.
Is it still that random Georgia player that's leading the SEC in batting average?
I don't know if he is still leading the batting average. I don't know. I don't think so because they got murdered the last couple weeks.
I don't know how they're so bad. Like they have like the talent. They beat Georgia Tech, but they're just not competitive like in any series.
They don't have
And
pitching. They don't have the pitching.
their schedule, when I was doing it for a write-up to try and see if they were like, their schedule is like brutal. They got first off, they lost to Auburn, who Auburn and Mississippi State. I think are going back and forth to try and see who can be the shittiest.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Georgia's really ambitious here, putting when the College World Series is on their schedule.
Georgia might be the 13 seed, bro.
They play Vandy, Kentucky, who looks a lot better, Florida, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Missouri, LSU to close the year.
Yeah, they play
Like
Missouri.
that's a brutal stretch.
Yeah, that's not good. When Missouri is your look forward to game and they're a top 25 team in a lot of polls.
I think they're about to fade. I think that they're kind of
Do?
Yeah, they kind of caught Tennessee on a good weekend.
Oh,
or bad weekend.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. Like, and there's no way that Ole Miss stays 0-6. Like, Ole Miss is going to have to come back to life at some point. I hope they don't. I hope they're like Oklahoma and just get killed like they are right now by.
Yeah, I think this will be, not to keep harping on A&M and an LSU Tennessee live stream, but I think both those teams, I think the loser of that series is pretty much out for hosting. Again, it's super early to say that.
Yeah, but you're not going to be a top 16 with this many losses. You just can't. I mean, unless you get, 17 wins in the SEC, so you got to go 17-13. You start off 0-6. You're not in a good spot.
No, and 0-9 for Ole Miss.
they're not 0-9. They're 0-6, right?
Yeah, I was saying if A&M. So
yeah.
Then again, A&M does have the elusive TBA on Sunday because no one wants to step up for them.
I don't care which side it's on. This feels like a 2-1 series. It's kind of like boring. Like
the Ole Miss A&M one.
Yeah.
I can see a sweep.
I think A&M takes 2 or 3. I don't think they'd sweep them.
I think I could see Ole Miss sweeping A&M. I really. Just because A&M. Here's the thing: is remember how we talked about last year how like A&M isn't really that good. They just kind of seem to win.
Yeah.
Now it's like they're not even like bad. They just seem to lose. Like even the Texas series. Yeah, I mean they had tying run at the plate in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, and can't get it done. I mean, you're not going to get it done every game. And so you can sit there and say, okay, they really didn't play bad. They just didn't get the big hit. They were on base to get the hit. They just didn't get them.
Oregon State did the same thing against Stanford 2 weeks ago. They had the winning run on base, and they just could not get the run pushed across against Stanford all 3 games. And they had the lead in 2 of those games.
So would you play Morgan at left or first? How would you handle that?
They're playing Morgan at they playing him in left this game? Because first base, not Morgan.
You don't like Morgan at first?
No, I like Morgan at first.
I was going to say, I know, I mean, Jones is bad, obviously warrants it being in the lineup. Where does Cade Beluso play normally?
That's the difference, though, is I think that they're putting they want to keep Jones in the game, and he can't play anything but first. He's the
he's big. But what's Cade Beluso? Cade Beluso's left-handed, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he can't play. I believe he's left-handed. I think he's kind of pudgy too.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have a lot of guys that have to play first. They have Tommy White playing third. I mean, he has to his credit, he has not been bad at third though. He's actually been.
He just looks. It looks like a chore. I would say is the best way to describe him. Like he makes the plays he's supposed to make. He doesn't look pretty doing it. Like he's not a natural fielder.
He makes routine plays look hard. That's how I say it.
And he's not very nimble. Like he doesn't move laterally very good. Like I know that they had a ball hit off the pitcher And like, yeah, like I don't expect him to make a play like on a ball head off the pitcher, but he looked like weird fielding it.
He looks bigger this year than he did last year.
What would you sit on if you were hitting with Skeens?
What would
Because
I?
he's got a good slider, he's got a really good fastball and a really good curve. What do you sit on?
You're not going to hit the slider. You're just not. The slider is a two-way slider, so it's moving out and down hard. You're not going to touch it. So if he throws it good, you're not going to hit it. But his best fastball, 100, you have a chance of hitting that. Like, that's your best option. The curveball, he just doesn't throw it, or, you can't sit on the curveball. It's not enough strikes. The slider is just so filthy. If you're sitting slider, even if you guess right,
You're way over it. You'd sit on the 100?
I sit on 100. I mean, I don't know if you can call it sitting on 100. I think you're flailing at 100, but you can't sit on that slider. You're not going to touch it.
Yeah, you're not going to touch it. Who got the hit? Dickey
up the middle. It was a soft ground ball right in the middle.
Skeens. Where else did he take visits to? I know Texas really wanted him, but I don't know if he was ever serious about it.
I don't think he ever wanted to go to Texas, but
I don't know, man. Jay's got some transfer magic because, I mean, Tommy didn't even want to take another visit.
Thatcher Hurd, he was like, as soon as UCLA's season was over, he's like, yeah, I'm going to LSU.
The flip side of that, too, is how does State so bad at it? Like, as good as LSU is, like, State is horrible at it.
Going out and getting guys? What are you talking about?
Well, they get
Mississippi State,
like transfers. Yeah, like pitching. Like they didn't have pitching last year. Like
Starkville?
What?
Would you want to go to Starkville after the season they had last year? If you're choosing between Baton Rouge and Starkville,
I don't know, because the fan base like shows that like every game is meaningful. So that's the part that's kind of weird. Is there's a lot of places that like you can go that are like baseball like meccas, like Miami, for example. But like you don't have the fan support. So they have like it's almost like anti-Miami. It's a shit location with great fan support.
Yeah. I mean, but if you're taking, if it's between me and I'm sitting there going, oh, I can go play at Baton Rouge and play for a team that might win a title this year. I can go be a part of the rebuild at Mississippi State in Starkville.
Yeah.
Nothing against Starkville, but you're like, why would you not go to LSU with everything they had built?
They probably like tried to hide all the slums that are right by the campus. They like took them like Skeen's like, yeah, why'd we go like this weird way into the stadium? And he's like, oh, the road shut down.
The one that gets me is how Dave Van Horn keeps doing it at Arkansas. How does he keep getting guys? I mean, Fayetteville, cool, but it's not like the rest. It's not like the rest of these SEC schools.
No, I mean that's proof with like their football team how they can't get football guys to go out there.
Yeah.
They recruit Texas really well for some reason, which I've always found really not odd, but like Fletcher was from Texas. They have a few Texas like. I don't see how those guys like leave the state. Like you don't have to go to UT or A&M, but even like TCU, Tech to some extent.
They have so much talent though, and a lot of those guys just want to get out of there.
Yeah, but they're like first round. They're like draftable guys. Like they're like you look at some of the talent that A&M has brought in. Like there's a big drop off in talent, I'd say, from Arkansas to Texas A&M.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And most of the guys are Texas. I don't know if it's DVH spinning some magic. It's like Rumpelstiltskin.
Just Rumpelstiltskin. Can't say Dave Van Horn's name too many times.
Yeah. Like I don't see what the pitch is. It's like, hey man, everybody that you went to high school with that wasn't smart enough to go to the good schools? Yeah, how would you like to see them every day?
The positive side is when you go to Arkansas, you write everything in crayon.
I'm trying to think what it's the equivalent, like the West Coast equivalent, like UNLV or Arizona State or something, where you're like.
I was gonna say Arizona State.
How does that work? Hold on that foul ball. What's the ruling on that?
Play.
Do they have to get out of the way?
No, they just can't move. They're just not allowed to move. They have to
like
stay.
that. So he did. That was what you're. They look like when you're playing a video game and they never drew the bullpen people, so they don't react.
It's cardboard cutouts.
I like the COVID people.
If Morgan misses that ball, it might hit that catcher right in the head. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Are you on your phone, Mark, or your computer?
I'm streaming from my phone.
Let me send this to you. Can you look at the chat?
I can look in the chat.
Look what I just said. That guy's my hero.
Love it. Love it. Do we have no fan interaction currently yet?
No, we have 2 people in the stream. It's because they all come for Noah. They know it's not. It's just me and you. They know Noah's not here.
I think Noah just posted something that said we're doing the stream. I haven't looked at Twitter.
Steve goes, I don't know what's happening with Jake and Mark right now on YouTube, but I'm kind of digging it. I sent the stream into the main chat. I didn't realize that. So anybody could join.
Hell yeah.
The Pitt fan? You think the Pitt fan? What do you think that guy's doing right now?
I don't know if we can talk about it on stream.
I don't think anybody. That's like a super deep dive. That's like that. What was that? The Bear video from Miami baseball. It's kind of like that. You got to be really deep into college baseball central to realize we had a Pitt guy.
Yes, no, a Pitt fan shout out for sure. I heard he killed a bear.
Do you think Tommy White has the stupidest tattoo of anybody you've ever seen?
What is that?
It's a tiger, and it.
It's not the stupidest tattoo of any like.
Well, hold on. So here's the criteria of why I say it's stupid, because you can have stupider tattoos, but they're funny. Like this is like a very serious looking tattoo. Like
He's
that's why.
Side of his hand on the inside of his forearm. Bear.
He's got a bear. He's got a wolf for NC State.
So wait, what bear is he gonna be a Baylor Bear next?
Is he gonna, what if he gets drafted to the Royals? Is he just gonna get a crown? That's how. Is that a foul ball? Oh no! Ooh.
Yeah. Oh.
Wasn't it an 0-2 count? What? I remember when Faltini used to do that last year when he would get all pissed when he would get plunked on like an 0-2 curveball.
It's like nobody's trying to hit you 0-2, bro.
And he would like stare him down. I love Tommy White's 2-strike approach, though. I will say. Oh, did he get his hand?
It looks like he got his knife, dude.
He needs
Oh yeah,
that Evo Shield. He needs that Evo Shield thing that the Cruz wears. So I noticed this at the A&M game on Tuesday, and I wonder how common it is. All the infielders wear the pitch watches, so they know what pitch is coming as well.
Huh.
So I got to be like close enough to actually see them doing it, and they were checking it like every pitch. So I wonder if Tennessee does it too.
Oregon State has the little thing on their like belt buckle or their wrist too that does the same thing. So every call goes to everybody.
Oh, they call the pitches?
Well, like they type it in the wristband.
Oh, and then they just take a quick peek.
Yeah.
You could be like I think it was the Rays where they were calling pitches, and the batter could hear them. So it's a slider.
That was the Korean dude, like because he couldn't. He was calling his own pitches, but it would say it out loud to the catcher. This one they knew a fastball was coming.
Curveball. Here's your question though: if you were the batter and you knew what pitch was coming, what would your batting average be against a major league pitcher?
Me personally?
Well, we'll go college, Mark.
Ooh. If I knew what pitch was coming against a major leaguer, 270.
I think I would hit like. Well, it would depend on the pitcher. I think if it was like off-speed guy, I don't think I would do very good. But if it was just like I bet you if I knew a fastball was coming every time from Paul Skeens, I could hit 270.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
like. Because
Yeah, but I mean, if it's somebody like I'm not hitting. Like if I know Paul Skeens' slider is coming, I'm still not hitting it. Or like a major league curveball.
yeah, if he threw 3 sliders, I might strike out looking and not swing once.
That hit the knob, didn't it?
That hit the knob. That's a foul ball. Review that shit.
Tony V. Can they review?
I think he can review. Can you not review a foul ball? Because that hit the knob for sure. That did not hit him in the forearm.
Shout out to Blake Money coming on to get the batting equipment.
That hit on the knob. 100% knob.
How do you miss that?
That's bad. The noise is so different.
That was one of the cooler things on Tuesday. I got to see the umps run in and out by me because that's where the ump locker room is. Because they go into the locker room to do it. I didn't realize that.
It depends on where. Yeah, everybody's got a little different one. So like, it just depends on where they have it.
No, it said
0.0. You guys are crack.
Okay. So hold on. So no, here's the scenario. If you were to go into like a like one of those batting cages when they have the machines, I feel like if you saw 100 miles per hour enough times, you could time it up and hit it, and it's the same logic. Whereas like if you get like someone like who is that guy, the lefty guy for the White Sox that throws like the 100-mile-an-hour 2 seams? He went to Vandy, I think. What's his name? What?
I said David
Freese.
David Freese. Listen, I don't know why people are hating on this. If I knew every pitch that was coming, and you're taking the best version of the hitter, I'm hitting 270. Like, there's no doubt in my mind I could hit 270 if I knew every pitch that was coming at me and my best.
No, it's not. It's not Fulmer, Noah. He's left-handed. He wears dirty mids. Let's see. I can see it. I'll say it and you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy. Not Hunter Green.
Call overturned. Hit by pitch overturned, foul ball, as it should be.
I didn't realize Garrett Cole threw that hard.
Oh. It's 1-0 in the Astros game.
1-0 Astros or White Sox?
Astros are up 1-0.
I like the gold. I like the gold jerseys a lot.
The ring today is pretty dope. They're pretty good. Oh,
Garrett Crochet is who I was thinking of.
Because Monty Grandal just hit a freaking rocket. 1-1.
Garrett Crochet. And he went to Tennessee, not Vandy.
Oh,
so I feel like an idiot.
The state of
Yeah, I don't think I could hit his like Jordan Hicks with like the 105-mile-an-hour sinker. Big if true, Jake. Yeah, it is Crochet. Not Cease, Noah.
Ooh, another good catch. Defense is lighting up today. This is a game.
I think my new favorite pastime is finding fans on like the first row and seeing them wear just like the cheapest sports memorabilia. Like it looks like they went to Walmart on the way to the game.
Wearing
like really like
a Russell t-shirt.
Yeah, the Russell or like the sports stars. Dan, if you are in a spot, you can join.
Dan, feel free to join us, buddy.
Yeah, you have the link. You can join.
We want anybody to join the link. This is just fun. We're just sitting here talking baseball, man. I got it up on 2 screens. I'm in a hotel room. You know, I could be home, but I'm here. College baseball.
He's actually in Baton Rouge for the game.
I flew down and I didn't want to meet anybody. I was too shy.
My flight got delayed.
Something's never been said about me that I'm too shy.
You get it?
Oh.
That was a good play.
Did you just watch the catch?
Yeah. Is that Griffin Merritt?
Yeah. You're a little bit behind then.
A little. Yeah, I had some buffers with the crochet incident. My bandwidth. Yeah, these are so close to being absolutely perfect uniforms, and they mess it up with the sleeves. Oh, they ran too. Tommy White stole or tried to steal.
What?
He was moving on the pitch. But look at the guy on the right side, right above the U in LSU. Like, look at that. That's like the cheapest looking sweatshirt I've ever seen.
That hoodie, that is definitely a Sam's Club hoodie. What's up, Dan?
What up?
Dude, this is the best. Just watching college baseball with the bros.
I know what's better than this? Guys being dudes. So, Dan, do you still think your Rangers are going to the World Series?
No, we're like 2 or 3 years out from that. Look,
I feel like y'all have been saying that for like 2 or 3 years.
No, we said that in 2020. Then we sucked in 2020, and then we're like, okay, we'll never win again. Now I have hope. Just saying.
They're not. You get the win today.
Yeah, exactly. I got hope. Because we won despite DeGrom not being the greatest pitcher on the planet.
Yeah.
I know. That's it. Y'all are like Texas, man. Y'all's margin is so thin when y'all have DeGrom pitch. Like, you have to win the DeGrom starts because everybody else is just so blah for the Rangers pitching staff.
They're all right. No, they're pretty good. Decent. If they're healthy. Keyword. Just
I
like
would
DeGrom.
say without DeGrom, they're definitely a mid staff, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can count on Glenn Otto to be
well, he's not in the rotation.
He's not?
I don't even think he made the roster.
He's gonna be in Round Rock? Poor guy.
He'll be on the roster when someone gets hurt, but like
he's a 40-man roster, not the 25 right now.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah,
and then Leiter will probably he'll probably come up.
Not this year.
You don't think so?
He was bad last year, but like because we threw him straight into Double-A, which that's something like
you don't
just the management of kids like out of school or high school or whatever. Like, I mean, that's not something Texas is known for doing very well. Because I mean, as dominant as Leiter was, I don't know if I'm ahead of you guys. But
that's fly. I'm out 3 outs.
Yeah. Okay. No, at the same spot. Perfect. I was just saw.
I'm a little bit behind y'all then.
Reset it. Hit the old refresh button on it. That's what I keep doing in between every inning, so that it keeps going. Because otherwise,
Did State pull it out? No, they blew it.
They're still on. I got them on my smaller TV, far away from me. I got the important game on the big TV right now.
Mark, OU 4, Stanford 14.
Let's go. I keep telling you, Oklahoma fans, I told you 3 weeks ago.
Mark, for those that are subscribed, Stephen F. Austin is up 5-1 on Sacramento State. I know that we had a lot of eyes on that one.
Hey, gotta love the bro. My uncle.
The WAC's gonna get interesting because Grand Canyon lost. I think it's a 3-team race with Sam, Grand Canyon, and Abilene Christian. So, and Grand Canyon already lost that one. So they're going to have to do what Stanford did last year and sweep while Oregon State would take 2 or 3. So they snuck back in it.
It's the first series loss for Grand Canyon in like 2 years.
It was the first win for Sam Houston outside of Texas since 2019. Because they never leave. Yeah, they never leave. And when they do leave, they lose.
The WAC, their conference is literally Texas. It's WAC Texas.
It's WAC Texas, and then I thought there would be more California teams in the WAC. I think it's just Cal Baptist.
Yeah, Cal Baptist is the only one.
The California conferences are weird because they're in like 7 conferences. Like the
Yeah.
Big West and the West Coast Conference. They have a Mountain West team.
Yeah.
Did you
Well,
see San Diego State's uniform reveal?
No. Is
It
it
was
old Steven Strasburg ones?
no, it is the funniest video I've ever seen because it's a player and it's just like a basic like pullover and it's black with red lettering and it says Aztecs. And he like jumps and goes like this, and they literally just added red striping. Like it's still a black jersey with it's the same everything. They just added striping.
Like going all the way down, or just like on
Like remember those Reds jerseys? How this or like how A&M's maroon look. So it's like
Okay.
that in the middle, but they're the exact same. It looks like they just added it. Like it was so stupid, and they did like a big jersey reveal for it.
Oh, the best jersey reveal is still the Liberty when they went with the baby blues.
Oh,
That night
baby blue with red is a very. The Rangers tried to do it, but they messed it up with the blue socks. But baby blue and red socks, I think, should be a must. And if you start messing with the shades of blue, I think it gets south really quick.
the Cardinals pull it off pretty well, and
Cardinals.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Cardinals, Ole Miss. Ole Miss pulls it
I was
off
about
really
to say,
well.
Ole Miss, yeah.
Florida Atlantic, the Final Four people.
It's a 1-1 heading to the top of the ninth in the Astros
Houston.
White Sox game.
I don't know what Florida Atlantic's fascination is with using that logo that's the state of Florida and says owls. I think that is the worst logo I think in sports. The Florida state outline does not look good on a hat. It's too oddly shaped.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
I think Arkansas, I think would look good. An Arkansas state outline would look good on a hat.
The Arkansas,
Wyoming too. I think Wyoming would look good on a hat.
the University Traditions hats that are the Arkansas, they look good.
Yeah, they look really good. And it's hard to do a state one.
The Mississippi State one, the South Carolina one that AJ has is dope too.
The Texas one I have is pretty.
Yeah.
I think they're all pretty good. I want to get the Kentucky one. If they get the red one for Louisville, I'll probably splurge on it.
I don't love the Tennessee one.
It's too much. I hate the orange. The orange is just too much.
Yeah.
I saw somebody rank. It was like the colors of the SEC, and Tennessee was like 3.
3?
Yeah, so that was crazy. And then the other crazy part was they ranked A&M and Mississippi State 13th and 14th, and then South Carolina was like 6. I was like, they're the same colors except A&M and Mississippi State pretend they have black, and South Carolina leans into it.
Wow. Who was number 1?
I want to say it was LSU.
Yeah, I mean it's tough to beat the purple and gold, man.
And no one else I think really does it elite like LSU does it. Oh, it's 14-7, Mark.
Oh.
They had a 5-run 4th inning.
Oklahoma's trying to bounce back, push back a little bit.
Who do you think wins that Texas Oklahoma State series?
Who? Texas? Which one?
Texas Oklahoma State.
I took Okie State.
I like Texas. I think Texas.
I think Texas's reign of 13 straight or 14 straight wins is going to be over. I think they lose Friday, and I think they lose Sunday. I think they steal Saturday.
I think they lose too because they pitched Lucas Gordon on Tuesday.
That's what I said. Their Friday night guy.
That was so strange. He was about to go out again. That was the crazier part. He was because remember how A&M Texas had like a long inning in the field. He came out and threw like a little bit. It was a very strange situation.
Like I understand if you want to get him his bullpen to like go him out there and throw him in the first inning and let him throw like 30 pitches in the first 2 innings maybe, and then sit. I get if that's going to be your normal bullpen anyway, and just do it under that. But not when you're the Friday guy.
It was very odd. Let's see. What you want to pick some oddball games, Mark?
Yeah, where are we at?
Liberty Lipscomb. Who you got?
Liberty.
My game froze again, so I'm gonna restart it. Oh, we're going to that. Ooh.
Third.
Baylor, Kansas.
Oh, that might be the worst series in Big 12 this year.
That might be the worst series of any Power 5 team. Because that Mississippi State and Georgia don't play. So I think that is the worst one.
Man. That's Kansas is so bad. I'm gonna give me Baylor.
Baylor's so bad though. Baylor lost a series to Youngstown State.
Give me Baylor. Quit trying to talk me out of it. I'm taking Baylor over Kansas.
Baylor. Let's see what else. Michigan, Illinois. That one's kind of underrated.
Michigan.
They beat the doors off of Penn State last weekend, and Penn State was a little bit better.
Tracy and Tyler up there. I'm going Michigan.
There's no really good games in the Big West this weekend. They're all kind of gimme games.
Maryland, Iowa was a good one.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to give it.
That's fair.
Rice, Florida Atlantic.
Ooh, man.
Because Rice is actually looking halfway decent. They look a little good.
Rice, but at the same time, it's like,
they gave UTSA a really, really good run for their money. Guy Garibay and Pierce Gallo are really seeing the ball very well for them.
3 weeks in a row, Rice has been playing good baseball. Give me Rice.
Rice. They had the 20th anniversary of Rice winning the national championship. If you wanted to feel old, they brought them all out last weekend.
I went to the stadium. Base hit. League change. Tennessee up 1-0.
Tennessee's up.
Huge single there up the middle. First and second, 2 outs. Huge hit there. Was that Moore?
It was
number 8.
Scott.
Big hit. Because now Maui Ahuna's a president. Wait, no. I cannot tell, man. Christian Scott, Dick Sam.
Yep.
It's a big hit. Yeah, Maui Ahuna's up right now.
UNLV Air Force, Mark. Who you got?
UNLV.
The Mountain West might have the weirdest scheduling of any team because there's only like 7 teams, but they've already started playing like conference play, and they're like 2 or 3 weeks in.
They mix it in because they play so many other West Coast. So they play WCC teams, they play Big West teams, they play Pac-12 teams. So they really try to mix it up in their schedule.
Nichols and Lamar. A&M Corpus Christi and Abilene Christian.
I think Abilene Christian can win the WAC.
I think the WAC's a 2-bid league because I think they'll stack up a bunch of wins against inferior opponents.
You think? So Grand Canyon, Sam Houston.
Grand Canyon's going to be – so I think the path for them is Grand Canyon's an at-large because I think they're in – if everything goes how it's supposed to. And then I think ACU or Sam, depending on how the bracket's set up, because somebody's going to have to beat them twice, whereas someone else is going to only have to play them once. So if Sam doesn't have to play ACU at all, they have to play Grand Canyon, and one of those teams has to burn pitching.
Is the conference broken down, though, for the conference tournament in, like, West and East? So, like, Abilene and Sam Houston play each other, don't they?
I think it's one.
Or is it like Texas 1, Texas 2 play West 1, West 2? It's like something weird like that.
Like I want to say it's Texas. Texas 1 plays other 3.
Yeah.
Like California 3, and then California 1 plays Texas 3. Then Texas 2 plays No. Hold on. Let me see, because I want to say it's an odd.
It was a weird. Do the both 1 seeds get a bye in the bracket? It's like a weird bracket.
It is a very weird bracket. Let's see.
Andrew Vaughn just ripped a double to take the lead for Chicago White Sox. A 2-run double in the gap. White Sox up 3-1. Andrew Vaughn just hit a ball 108.7 miles an hour. Pride of Cal Bears.
So it's just 8 seeds seeded. It's just normal seeding.
Oh, they just seed 8 teams?
Yeah. So 5 and 8 play, 6 and 7 play, and then the top 4 get a bye. And they reseed them. So the one
Okay,
plays the lowest seed.
it's a weird thing though. It's a weird bracket because they get a bye, so it's a 12-team bracket with 4 byes.
No, it's a 7-seed bracket with 2
Eight.
byes.
8-seed bracket with 7.
Yeah,
seed
an 8-seed bracket with 1 bye, but it's double elimination.
Yeah. Who do we got up in the stands? Who's up there? Apparently, my pets are watching the stream. So, hi Scout, hi Avi, Rivka.
The pets are watching.
The pets are watching from home. Finally got the couch delivered, bro.
Finally.
They finally delivered it today. Thank God. We got this like super nice, huge sectional with like electronic recliners and a Chase lounge, and we've been
So the
sitting on
futon's out in the garage now.
futon. We don't know what we're gonna do. Put it on the back porch, man. It's gonna be my smoking futon when I go smoke cigars.
So wait, Mark, you were right. So Southwest 1 played West 4.
Yeah.
West 2 played. Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they broke it up. So Southwest plays. It's weird. It's broken up. It's like basically Texas. The 4 Texas schools play the 4 non-Texas schools.
Yeah. That's such strange. Yeah, so Grand Canyon's probably going to get matched up with. So I mean that Grand Canyon Sam series is going to be huge.
Yep.
Because if you can avoid Grand Canyon at all costs.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Abilene Christian playing Sam Houston. One of them needs to take the 1 seed. Otherwise, I mean, whoever takes the 1 seed has the easier route. They don't have to play in the semifinals against Grand Canyon.
Let's see. That's here in Abilene. That is next week. Not this weekend, but next weekend in Huntsville. So I actually might be there for that one.
I'm gonna put it on the list.
That'll be a fun series.
Was that not?
Oh, and it's a Thursday. Oh, it's a Thursday too. So Katie won't get mad at me for ditching her to go watch baseball.
Easter Sunday, bro. If it's next week.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, Friday at 3 though. I could see him one. I'll go Thursday. I'll go Thursday 1.
I'm going Thursday to the Oregon State game because I'll be down here for that training in Eugene. So I'll be Oregon State fans. I'll be sure to see you guys down in the stadium Thursday.
Belligerent Beeves.
Belligerent Beeves. I don't know if JP or anybody's gonna be down there, but hit me up. I know.
So the other oddball series, I'm gonna go to Houston, East Carolina. I'm really excited to see that one.
Dude, that's a good series. That's fun.
I know, and with the American Houston's home slate is absolutely terrible.
Like bad games?
It's,
or just ECU is that's a tough match to come. It's good to get them. I'd rather play ECU at my ballpark than at their ballpark any day of the week, though, if I'm Houston.
It's in Houston. It's this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to be Houston going up to freaking the jungle.
No. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's Houston's the center of the sports world this weekend. Yeah. I wonder if ECU, if they'll try and convince them to let them stay another day so they can go to the national championship for $30. Yeah, here's the Houston conference slate. ECU.
Holy shit.
Was that Dugas?
Dugas just hit a ball. If it's fair, I think it's fair. I think it curved inside the foul pole. That ball was hammered into the night. Dolander left that hanging right down the middle, and it got hit.
They play South Florida and Wichita State and Cincinnati at home. And Cincinnati is absolutely terrible.
Cincinnati's terrible.
I think the American is the worst. South Florida's terrible too.
Are they?
They're really bad. I think the American might be the worst conference other than like the actual shitty ones. like the SWAC, the MAC, the MAAC.
In conference or the Ivy League?
I don't know, because I think Columbia and Penn, I think are. I don't think ECU. I mean, ECU is far and away, but I don't think anybody in the AAC is even close to Penn or Columbia.
Really?
I don't know why. Every time I try and find AAC, it always thinks something. It's like, oh, did you mean the ACC? Like, no, I didn't.
As a matter of fact, no, I did not.
I don't care about America's second favorite conference.
They're
Let's
they're
see.
out there. Oh man, Dugas every bit of that ball.
I hate that I pay for ESPN, and because it's not working, I'm having to stream it on YouTube. It's working on YouTube, but not on ESPN.
That's annoying. I know I pay for ESPN and Sling, but I'm watching mine on Sling.
Yeah. So 6-19 Tulane, 10-16 South Florida, 11-15 Cincinnati, who just got railroaded by Louisville on Tuesday.
Yeah.
12-13 Houston, who Bianco is their center fielder and can't hit his weight. Memphis at 15-11. Wichita State at 14-10. Anybody above Oklahoma in the Midwest sucks at baseball. Except Brody Beck. Brody Beck is the exception. Yeah, UCF and ECU. I mean, UCF, I don't know. I think Columbia or Penn could take a series from UCF.
I'd buy into that. I'd watch a Columbia UCF series.
Yeah, I mean, they have a series loss to Troy, Southern. They swept Dartmouth.
Hey, don't be hating on Troy.
I'm not saying Troy's good. I'm not saying Troy's bad. I'm just saying that they lost to them.
Yordan Alvarez just hit a ball to the moon to make it a 3-2 game.
But I mean, it seems like every team that they play that's halfway decent, other than Clemson, who they swept, like they lose. Like they lost to Southern, who's halfway decent. Troy is halfway decent. Maryland, they lost. They beat Florida State in midweeks. Yeah, midweeks are so weird.
Yeah.
Like they almost. I mean, they matter, but like at the same time, like Texas A&M, for example, like they brought in 6 pitchers in 1 inning just so they could get work. Like
I got the question. I got the question for Saturday. I got it all set up. That's one of the questions for Saturday on purpose because it's like it just I don't understand. I even wrote Stephen Schock. I was like, do the midweek madness, but does it matter?
It doesn't.
It's so good for college baseball though, because like some of these teams give their best shot and then that's it.
So I think it's like Major League Baseball. And I've always said that in Major League Baseball, you don't need to win every game, but you can't lose every game. And I feel like that's how midweeks are. Like I mean, when a Major League game, when they win, they really don't get that crazy. But when they lose, they're like pissed. So I think in midweeks, it's not that you want to win, it's that you can't lose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look what it did last year for Texas State when they beat Texas, when Texas was highly ranked. And then that just kind of pushed Texas State into everybody's mind. And then all of a sudden, Texas State was the rest of the year.
I think the Sun Belt's better than the American, though. You said the Ivy, but I think the Sun Belt is definitely better than the American.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think you're right. They pulled Dolander, by the way.
I got it. I got it going.
You got to go?
No, I got it going. I got the game off.
I was like,
but I mean, so Troy, I think, is better than UCF. I mean, obviously they beat them in a series. Texas State is. Georgia Southern beat beat UCF in a series. App State, Coastal Carolina, Old Dominion, and whatever the Raging Cajuns decide to call themselves, I think are way better than any teams outside of UCF and ECU. Old Dominion's legit.
Old Dominion, Louisiana, Lafayette, or whatever they're called, Louisiana.
The Cajuns.
The Cajuns are that whole league is good, bro.
I mean, this is like I wouldn't say it's a 6-team league, but I could talk myself into 6 or 7 of these teams. Like Southern Miss, Texas State, Troy, Eastern Carolina, Lafayette, Old Dominion. I think we lost Mark there for a second. So it's just gonna be me talking to myself.
I tipped over my phone. I was listening. I could hear you.
That would have been so awkward.
I don't have my tripod here, so like I'm like set up against my.
Oh, you got it set up. Oh, it's the Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew, shorts on there. I got a hydro flask because I've been a good person eating freaking drinking water. Trying to survive. There we go. Yeah, so I don't have my tripod, so I'm set up against my my hotel. At least has a nice desk for me.
How would you rate Dolander's outing? What would you grade it?
B plus. He got in some trouble in the first. He got out of it. Got in some trouble in the second. Got out of it. You know, and then he just hung that one to Dugas. Like that's just one, really. What, he only gave up 3 hits or something?
I think it was 4, but he only went into the 4 and a third. He didn't get into the 5th.
Yeah, but when you're talking about LSU lineup versus what you're used to seeing everywhere else, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think it's I was gonna say B.
Yeah, I'm okay with that rating. I just think that when he pitched his way out of trouble a couple times, that's. Ooh, did Carolina just lose to Mississippi State?
Did they? Let's see. AJ was warning us. That was a trap.
That was a trap.
It was Eli, man. Eli jinxed him. Eli's Super Bowl.
There's no way that happened. That can't be true.
Let's see.
I'm just reading from the chat.
Unless it's delayed, their live stats say 6-4. 6-4 South Carolina.
And Tennessee's out of the inning.
And they grounded into a double play, so got 2 outs. Throw it away, Tommy.
So yeah, 4 hits apiece. I think Dollander was just as good as his counterpart today. Skeens hasn't looked good, but
Skeens is at 81 pitches, so he'll probably go.
He's probably gonna go here in the 6th, yeah.
Depending on how Dollander went 89. I mean, I think that was Dollander's best start of the year. I mean, against good teams. All right, I got a bold question for you.
I'm in.
Would you be okay if they moved into series more than games in the SEC? So if you take 2 of 3, you're 1-0, and if you lose 2 of 3, you're 0-1.
No,
so that way, like the Sunday save isn't as big of a deal.
No,
you don't like that at all.
No, because then your Sunday game doesn't matter, and it matters for some teams. Like if a Missouri or a Kentucky can take a 3rd game from Vanderbilt or a Tennessee, that's a big deal for them.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is like what happened with Oregon State last year, where they won the series and they just couldn't sweep teams. Yeah. So they kind of let Stanford back in it, even though they had Stanford was sweeping everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I still believe that you have to win the game. So Oregon State gives up 3 hits to Arizona State through the first 2 games and loses the series finale
Sunday. Yeah,
like that happened to them repeatedly, where they were up on Cal and then lose the Sunday game. Like it's just frustrating, but you have to close those series out. And I don't. And those are the ones that matter. Like if you want to get sweeps and you want to win the conference, that's how you have to do it. I don't like series wins. I don't think that matters for anything in baseball.
Yeah, and I mean the difference, though. I mean, if you look at A&M and Ole Miss, I mean they're 2 teams that are definitely disappointing, and because A&M stole one Sunday from LSU, they're in a little bit better spot. It's kind of crazy how tight the SEC kind of ends up being. Like every game truly matters.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a difference if you're talking about teams like that are on the bubble and you're going, they didn't win a single series. Well, yeah, but who did they take games from? Who did they?
Yeah.
With?
Skeens. Is he the only one that wears stirrups? I wonder when the last LSU player to wear stirrups before Skeens was.
Ben McDonald.
I don't think it's that far back. Who is that reliever that pinch hit? He wore stirrups.
I don't like my Ben McDonald answer, so I'm sticking with it.
Ben McDonald.
Oh, Houston's down to its last out. 3-2 game there. Diaz is up to bat.
Dude, he sucks. I don't know why they brought Diaz back.
He's hitter right now.
He's what?
He's their 6th hitter. He's hitting.
Well, I mean, Altuve's injured, so it's a little bit different. So I did see a bunch of casuals who. So the thing last year was that Dusty never played Mancini, and I saw somebody tweet. They're like, Dusty's back on his bullshit. Why isn't Altuve at second?
The gotta love the casuals at opening. How come so and so's not in? How come Daniel Bard's not pitching for Colorado? Oh, I don't know, because he's on the injured reserve list, bro.
Did you see why?
Yeah, anxiety.
Do you think that's a bigger problem than like than MLB wants it to be? Like the anxiety of it?
I think that there is a stress level that comes after spring training, and there's like a little bit of a dopamine dump for a lot of these guys that, you know, not guys necessarily like Bard who are on that going to be on that roster, but there's a lot of things that go through a mental aspect of a guy who makes a team. Look at like a sorry, I was watching this at bat. Look at like a guy like Velo, you know, from the Yankees. Think about the dopamine dump he had by getting to play and start, you know, in his first game here. It's just the stress can be a big thing in MLB. It's 162 games, Jake. So if a guy takes 15 days off, is that the end of the world? I don't think so.
No, but the flip side of that though is for somebody like Volpe, I better learn how to pronounce his name. He's gonna be up there. There is such a pressure to deliver at the start too, as well, because he can get sent down so fast. Like you can't go 0 for 9 with 6 Ks. Like they'll send you down so fast. So there's kind of a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, but now they've kind of taken a little bit away from that too, with the changing the way the years work for when you get called up. It doesn't matter anymore, so that's helped out a lot too. But then you got guys like, you know, Adley Rutschman who go 5 for 5, the first catcher in the history of baseball to go get 5 hits on opening day.
Yeah, I remember when Hayward hit 2 home runs on opening day as a rookie, his first at bat.
I mean, it does matter though. It shows you a little bit of the mental makeup of these guys too, though, because I am all for mental health, and I think that people taking time away from the game, if that's what's going to help them be better. If I'm a GM, I'm letting them do that, because 15 days in the scope.
Nothing. And I mean, I think too. The Rockies playing with Bard too is probably trade him. So like, your ERA will look lower to a casual.
Well, and I think too is that mentally he's had that weight on him where he's just like, I'm not going to be here all year. This is just a weird start.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to be gone.
And it's a ton of pressure too to know that you're not pitching to win games. You're pitching to kind of showcase yourself.
That's the thing. If he goes out there and he struggles, then he's all of a sudden he doesn't get that contract next year.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to. I mean, Rockets are a weird organization right now because they have like pieces, but their bottom line is so bad. Like it drops off.
You think they'd trade CJ Cron?
Probably, yeah. I mean, he's on a contract here, right?
No, but they're just. My concern is that I don't think they're built to win now. They got to get more pieces, and he'd be a huge help for somebody. DH, first base. I know he played a little bit of outfield last year, but I think he's more first baseman.
I don't know what they do with Bryant. That's the one that I'm really curious about.
I mean, nobody's going to take that contract. He'd have to crush. He'd have to hit 280 and have 20 home runs by the All-Star break for somebody to take a shot on him.
I'm trying to think. I know the Astros don't need a third base corner outfield bat, but you don't think the Yankees care about that? I think the Yankees could very easily take on that contract.
Fly out to the wall right there.
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know. They're kind of set too. I mean, I think if Donaldson struggles, I could see the Yankees going after something like that.
Well, I think having Anthony Velope up is going to help them. I think that's going to help them take a lot of pressure off the infield because he's going to be able to play day in day out and not get tired.
Yeah, they don't have is it Kinder Lawful or Layful or whatever?
Eisner, yeah.
I feel so bad for that guy. He just gets so much ridicule.
I mean, he is what he is. He's a 240 hitter, and he's going to play okay at shortstop. He's a 900 fielder with a 240 average.
He's like Jason Bay when all the people got mad at him on the Red Sox when he went over there. And it's like, yeah, that's what he always was. Like
you were buying
because you paid him more money doesn't mean he's better.
Yeah, he's not magically going to be the pride of Canada.
Yeah, he's not. The Reds did that with Moustakas too, where they paid him a whole bunch of money, and he did about what he did, and they were like, "Oh, he sucks." Dan Ugla with the Braves.
Oh, Dan Ugla was a tough one for Brave fans. They got so mad about that.
Yeah, then he would always and then he would go on like a 30-game hitting streak or something like that.
Time out. Didn't he have a 30-game hitting streak where he was hitting like 260?
Yeah.
It was like the worst. He was like at one. He'd go like 1 for 5.
Yeah, and he would. Yeah, he would. He was so bad, and he's such a shit fielder too.
That was his defensive war was so bad.
It was like Derek Jeter or something.
Ooh, ouch.
I did see a take that he is now the most underrated player because he is known as the most overrated player.
So the scales are shifting so hard on him.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Derek Jeter meant a lot to that team more than just shortstop for the Yankees.
I think I've explained this to people. I think he was just a hot guy who was halfway decent. Kind of like Cole Tucker was for the Pirates. Like, there's no reason Cole Tucker should have stuck around as long as he did. He was just a good-looking guy. He dated, Derek Jeter dated, models. That's the only reason who's he married to?
Hannah Davis or Hannah Jeter?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did know that. That's what I mean. He's a good-looking guy from New York. He played decent enough. He got the big hit when it counted.
He beat the
he got 3,000 hits just because he played for so long.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the captain, so
I think as long as you don't gamble or
shortstop. I think that I'm not going to tell you he's a great shortstop. I think in a realistic, if the Yankees would have had a better shortstop, he would have been a second baseman.
A-Rod was a shortstop when they signed him.
Yeah, but they knew A-Rod was not going to hang around and play short.
He was I was a little bit too young, but I thought he was a pretty decent shortstop with the Rangers. He had a pretty good defensive WAR.
He was, but he was going to be their whole plan was always to move him to third. He wasn't bad at short at all. He didn't have a ton of range though.
He had a big bad contract as well, and the Yankees took it on.
Yeah, $250 million.
Shout out to George Bush. He was the owner.
George Bush Sr., thank you.
No, that was the younger one. The younger one ran the team.
What?
Uh-huh.
I thought Sr. owned them.
He owned them, but the son ran the team.
Oh, okay.
The stupid one.
The stupid one.
I think that's about as political as I can get. Is that George Bush was stupid?
Great. Now all the right wingers are going to hate us forever. Thanks, Jake.
I think the right wingers hate George Bush too. Kanye does.
Kanye does.
That used to be my favorite video, the one with Kanye and Shrek.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, he's like, was it the Katrina?
Oh, did you just say that?
He's like, dude, shut up.
Oh, shit. Oh, Paxton Kling in the game. Kling sighting.
I wish Joe Bear got to hit more.
He struggled, bro.
I know, but he sounds like he should be at LSU. Like
He does.
Dylan Cruz. Come on, Tommy White. No, we need some real Cajun names. Like,
see, my brother's the first base coach.
Who?
My brother.
That's what I said. Baseball is a weird sport. You have a coach that looks like you have a guy that looks like Tony V as the Tennessee coach, and then LSU's first base coach looks like that.
Baseball is for all body types, Jake. All body
I'm
types.
surprised Paxton Kling didn't get a haircut. If I went over on a weekend, dude, I would shave that shit so fast.
The fact that I would at least get rid of the facial hair or something. Trim it
I
up.
would do like a mullet. I would do like a mohawk mullet or something. So it's like, oh, like I'm trying. It's not me, guys.
Yeah.
I do like how Texas, has to be very clean cut, clean shaven, and then LSU has like Tommy White with his mullet and chains hanging out.
Kling's hitting 333 and he's still not getting more time, huh?
He hasn't been hitting very good in SEC play.
Yeah. The same thing, same problem over there for a freshman Oregon State.
I want to say he had 10 or 12 strikeouts the NM series, and I don't think he's been back on the field.
That's tough.
That's what I said, when you really can't see it, you can't see it. You can't fake it.
Yeah. It looks like a wood bat.
Oregon has a guy that swings a wood bat.
I know. They would.
That he hits decent, I believe. I wish Oregon baseball had more uniforms. Like, I wish it was like their football team where they rolled out something stupid. Like, their baseball uniforms kind of suck, low key.
Yeah, I hate the big numbers on them. But here's the thing. When you go to the stadium, it's freaking awesome. It's a gorgeous, beautiful stadium. PK Park is amazing. And the fans just don't go. They need to have fans. They need to get people excited to go down there and watch some baseball.
I just hate how they try and be like too classic. It's like you're Oregon. Like, we want to see like what ECU, like Adidas does with ECU. Like, we want to see stuff like that. We don't want to see, just the Oregon O on the chest and nothing else in pinstripes. Like,
give me a shiny, like, freaking green uniform or something.
I want to see reflective numbers. Yeah.
Here we go. Change it up. Do something.
Let me see what they've been rolling out this year.
When they do the highlighter yellow too, I freaking hate that one.
I think that would look good if done tastefully, but it's trying to be like classic with those colors.
Yeah. It looks like those bad Baylor uniforms.
Those are so bad. I don't think anybody can do a yellow jersey in baseball and be good at it.
Wichita State. LSU used yellow. I guess are they gold though? LSU's yellows aren't bad.
I guess the championship yellow. I always forget. I forget about those. I think those are one of the best jerseys. But like Missouri in their like smoke gray pants and yellow jerseys, I think looked ugly.
Mustard and campfire.
Northern Kentucky, they wore gold tops with black pants. I want to say that Northern Kentucky series that they didn't bring like gray pants. They only wore black pants.
I don't hate black pants.
I like them if it's done correct. I think certain teams can wear black pants.
Yeah.
Like State, if it's a color. Who else? I don't think LSU would look good with black pants. I don't think A&M would look good. Arkansas. I know the SEC is weird because I feel like all the teams kind of have their looks like set, so they really can't like experiment too much with them.
Yeah, they're not changing their looks.
Yeah, like State's had the 80s throwbacks. That's their like main look. A&M has there's only so much you can do with maroon though.
I know.
South Carolina has their pens.
South Carolina kind of could lean hard into those black pants though.
We'd have to ask AJ for a ruling on that. Tennessee's kind of created with their creams and everything. I don't think they would look very good. I think this is about they messed up those black jerseys so bad last year.
Yeah, they did. Vandy rocks the black pants with the
gold. Oh, yeah, they do. Is that fair?
Nope.
Nah, that's foul.
You're behind me again.
Yeah, way behind. Florida. I like Florida's look though with the alligator print in the lettering. It's like very subtle, and I think they pull it off really, really well.
I like Florida's uniforms.
I don't like their Dodger throwbacks though. I think those look so bad.
Yeah.
They look cheap to me.
When they go with just the Gators across, or the Florida just
Yeah.
across.
Like, it'd look cool if they had like more, like if it was like blue and orange or something like that.
If it had the orange inside the lettering, like the blue was on the outside and the
Yeah.
inside the lettering, I wouldn't hate that.
I love Florida how they have green as a color, but I've never seen a Florida team wear green.
Never.
I feel like Louisville rocking like a gold jersey. Well, actually, they had the gold practice jerseys. The Tour de Defense. Those were yellow to go with, I guess, the beak.
Oh, for the
They wore those. Those were like those are like warm ups though.
Yeah, I don't think they wear them for games.
No, they don't. Louisville has some awful baseball looks.
I gotta get some water.
You can be right back. We're on commercial, so we're fine.
We're on commercial. 2-1 LSU still. Reminder, guys, if you guys have questions, send them in.
I think it's just me and you. There's 2 people in the stream.
Nobody's watching from the YouTube account?
Let me see. Let me check the Twitter. I believe they could hit 270 against the MLB pitcher if they knew what pitch this is coming. No. I think we could. I will stand by that one.
I'm with you. I was a good hitter. I gotta figure out. I'm gonna set this thing up. My phone started to die, so I gotta charge it too.
I gotta find this guy that Noah was talking about. Why is Noah watching the game but not in the stream? That's the real question.
Yeah, what is this deal?
Paxton Kling's gonna stay in, right?
Oh, he's got to.
You mean we don't have a Joe Bear sighting?
No, it's gonna be Paxton Kling.
So, did you want to hear something odd?
Always.
Is there's a scout that someone told me about that really likes Joe Bear. So he could have not played at LSU and very likely could get signed as like an undrafted free agent or something.
Really? I mean, that doesn't really surprise me.
I think it's weird. Like, he can't even beat out a freshman in Paxton Kling, but he's going to beat out a major leaguer.
Maybe. Why is this not?
I don't see how Skeens just looks so fluid. Like, it doesn't even look like he's throwing that hard. Like,
his mechanics are so good. That's why he throws 100 miles an hour.
I know, but it looks like he could. It looks like if he had adrenaline and like did like a burnout pitch so he could throw it a lot harder because it's just such a fluid motion for him. I mean, he's done 100 pitches and most of them have been around 97, 98. I mean, his 100th pitch was 98 miles an hour. Yeah. Like, it's just so fluid. Who do you think goes higher, Skeens or Cruz?
So, if I am Pittsburgh has the number 1 pick. I'm taking Paul Skeens. I believe Pittsburgh is going to mess up that pick, and they're going to not take either one of those guys.
Who do you think they take? Who's your hot take? That Round Rock pitcher? Forget his name. What's his name?
They're going to take a high school kid for sure.
They just took a high school kid last year, though.
I'm telling you right now, Pittsburgh, if take Dylan Cruz, you're not going to screw up. You know, it's pretty easy.
I didn't realize Braden Taylor was ranked as high as he was as a prospect. He's been benched a few times this year.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really matter in the prospect list, though. If you got the stuff, they want to make sure you have the stuff. Skeens was going to be a 3rd rounder if he stayed at Air Force.
He's 4th on their list right now with Dolander at 2.
The reason I like Skeens is because how big and tall he is, and he's just going to get better with more pitching. Like, the guy hasn't even been a primary pitcher his whole life, you know. And if he's only working on pitching after this year, watch out. Good night. Good Lord. That is I'm not hitting that slider. You could tell me he's throwing it 3 times. I'm not hitting that slider, Jake. That is absolute filth.
Who do you think has the better pro career? Skeens, Dolander, or Hurston Waldrop?
Waldrop.
You think Waldrop?
Yeah, I do. As good as Skeens has gotten this year, I think that Waldrop's motion is so repeatable and so pro-ready.
Oh,
his stuff is great.
I am behind you. Sorry. That thing broke.
That's filth, right?
That's, we always say light tower power. What's the pitching equivalent of that? Friday night stuff.
Yeah, but we're seeing it on Thursday, dude.
Thursday.
That's
all right.
filth.
Who has the better career between Dylan Cruz, Enrique Bradfield, and Travis Honeyman?
Cruz. So I think Bradfield's fine, but he's a D Gordon in the bigs.
Yeah. Or
he's gonna be a
what's that guy?
270 hitter.
Miles Straw.
Yeah, like he's gonna be great defensively. But he's not going to give you much offensively, and he's going to be fast, but he's not going to be able to steal a ton of base because he won't be on base enough.
But here's your question about somebody like that. Do you pick him because you know it's a safer bet because his defense is going to translate to the pro level? Or do you take somebody like Jacob Gonzalez or, Yohani Morales where you don't know if their game projects as easily to the next level? Like, the likelihood of them being a bust is a lot higher with Enrique.
Well, I think that's why Enrique stayed, because his level is just, his ceiling's not up there, it's just because he's not going to be. I just don't see him as a 10-time All-Star. I don't see him as that guy. But he's an everyday player in the MLB eventually, and 3 years after he gets up there, and he's put on a lot of muscle and he's done a lot of things right.
He's got a different stance this year too, yeah.
Yeah, he's never going to be a 300 hitter in the bigs, and he's never going to be an all-star. He's never going to be a guy you build around. If Jacob Gonzalez, if you can work with him and get him better at fielding, and he looks, from all accounts, he's been a little bit better this year, and he keeps hitting like that. If you have that kind of dude playing middle infield for you at the bigs, man, even if you move him to second base or third base, you're talking
I don't think he
about
projects
a guy
as a. I don't think he projects as a major league shortstop. I think that they'll probably
No,
move
that's why I
him.
said second base or third. He's not
And you're
going to
getting
be a
his
shortstop
bat
at the base.
too.
Yeah, that's the difference, though. Like when you're talking about a guy that can change your ball club, you have to be an ace starter or a guy that's going to hit 30 home runs and hit 300 for your club.
LSU broke a program attendance, and I think with A&M on Tuesday. How big do you think that they should expand some of these SEC ballparks? Or you think
Yes,
they're
the answer
perfect?
is yes.
Like 20? You think 20,000?
Yeah, look at how many ball clubs across the country, not just SEC. Look at every ball club. They're all expanding. Oregon State's adding another 1,000 fans. Like every ball club that cares about baseball is expanding their
Yeah.
stadiums because more and more fans want to come, and they're having a hard time. They're selling out. Look at that place. That place is
I know.
filled to the brim on a Thursday night.
And the other thing too is the students were there. I'm 2 hours early, so that's almost guaranteed that they turn students away.
Yeah, 100%.
And they were doing that at A&M. I mean, they filled up their student section in 8 minutes before they started kicking people out to the outfield. Like I was down there in the field level. They were so busy.
Every stadium's going to have to add places, especially in the SEC. And you're talking about Texas coming over and Oklahoma coming over too. That's 2 more crowds that you're drawing. That's 2 more fan bases that are going to want to be at those road games.
Yeah, and there's a lot of LSU people in Houston and the Austin area. There's a lot of Mississippi State people in the Houston, Austin area that could go. So, I mean, those are going to be – because, I mean, LSU, they packed Bluebell. Like, every seat that they had annulled, they filled out. They bought a ton on the secondary market. Like, they travel. There's a ton of people there.
And look what Tennessee keeps building their stadium up bigger. Places like Southern Miss are building up their stadiums to get more people in there. They're at like, what, 7,000 now?
Yeah, and I think it'd be a little bit funny, too, if some of these not bigger schools in terms of baseball talent, but some of these just bigger schools in enrollment start putting Mississippi State to shame. Because, I mean, they own all these attendance records because a lot of these stadiums don't hold. Like, I bet you they could fill a 60,000 seat stadium for this game with the amount of people.
Game.
Yeah.
If it's me, I would say that LSU in 5 years could fill a 30,000 seat stadium for every SEC series.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the way kind of the fan bases, I would say, have grown and kind of expanded out from a student standpoint. Like, there's a lot of people that travel to road games in baseball.
College baseball is getting bigger across the globe because, across the United States, because people enjoy going to the games more, and it's affordable. That's the difference. Like an MLB game costs you so much money to go to now, some of these stadiums. I can go to 3 games at a college level and go watch 3 good games and pay the same price as I would for one MLB ticket.
Yeah.
And you can take your family to these games. That's, it's becoming an atmosphere of not just college kids getting drunk at these games. This is like fans of baseball actually are showing up and watching games.
Yeah, I mean, the benefits, too, from a family standpoint, like just about every game I've been to on a Sunday, they've had kids, like, run out onto the field with the players. Like, you're not seeing that in a major league game at all.
Yeah, I tweeted that thing the other day about the Thursday night game when Florida stayed around and they signed autographs for an hour and a half after the game. That's a big thing for this next generation of ball players, too, that are going to come up and really care about this. And, with football taking a slight step back because of all the concussion stuff and some of these other contact sports taking a step back, and baseball contracts just keep going up, college baseball is going to keep growing. I don't see any reason why college baseball slows down.
Yeah, and you said that they stayed for an hour and a half. I know every time we've done the presser with Schloss, they've had to get the media to go out there and tell them to quiet down because they're waiting for fans, the players, to come through. So that's always a little bit of funny interaction too, because for like a half a second they think I'm a player, and then they realize that it's like, oh, that guy's fat as shit. There's no way he's a player.
Skeens is done for the night, by the way.
Is it Ogden? He pitched against A&M on Friday. Yeah, I think he's backed up Skeens.
Fly ball.
So kind of a weird fact is that Brady Neal, as he just gets benched for Alex Milazzo. Brady Neal and Max Coffer both went to IMG at the same time. And they both early enrolled at their universities.
I knew Neal early enrolled. That's why he's had the chance to start. It's because he came in the fall.
Max he reclassified, not early enrolled. So he's technically a 2024 who.
So he's going to be a freshman next year, right?
Yeah, but he's on the team right now.
Oh,
He's been there. He hasn't really been hitting the ball very well, and Hank Bard's kind of taken over for him. But he started a few games for A&M, and he looks like he's a high school senior.
because he is.
Yeah, but that's the kind of I wouldn't say the weird thing about Neal, but Neal for catching Skeens and catching some of these pitchers has looked really, really good.
Yeah, and he hosed Dickey early in the game. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Backpicked Dickey at first. That was a cannon.
That's a college type play too as well. To have the arm strength to come in and do that. It's kind of weird how LSU seems to get, like, all their freshmen seem to be playing up, and then Mississippi State, all of their freshmen seem to be playing down. Like they play like freshmen.
Yeah, it makes you wonder about the development by the coaches, the staff. How much are they working with these guys to get them mentally and ready? And I guess when you show up every day for practice and those are the guys you're playing with, like Neal's playing catch with Paul Skeens every day.
Yeah.
So he's not like, oh, I get to catch him once a weekend. No, I'm playing catch with my dude every day.
And the other part too is the hitting aspect. I think Schloss talked about that with Cortez, is that they're seeing the major league version of Chris Cortez, a hard throwing righty. Like they're going to be ready to hit. So you better have your A game.
Yeah. Well, and the more pitching changes too, like these guys throw so hard that, you're going to see more guys throwing less innings and harder velocity. So these freshmen are coming in from high school and they're already seeing that.
Yeah.
They're used to seeing that just max out velocity as hard as guys can throw for 3-4 innings.
Here's the other thing I think that's a little strange too, is a lot of times they do their live days on Monday. So they see a lot of these guys for light bullpen work, I think.
Yeah,
on Monday to kind of keep their timing.
Yeah, 30 pitches.
Yeah, which 30 pitches against Paul Skeens.
Should have kept Neal. Pass ball.
Well, yeah, Moz is pretty good though.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's. I'm not trying to
dogging him.
It's just funny when that happens, right? When you do catcher and pitcher change, and that was just nothing. He just missed that ball.
Here, Mark, I'm going to go to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
I got you. I'll talk to the people. Mm-hmm. Still 2-1. LSU leads, but Tennessee's cooking here. Oh, my gosh, another pass ball. Oh, my goodness. Back-to-back pass balls. Now you're talking about guy on third, full count here. Tennessee needs this. Top of the eighth, got to score here. Full count, big at bat here. Who knows? Are they making a pitching change already? 1 out, full count, guy on third. 2-1 ball game. Ockenhausen looks like he's coming out. He looks like he stumbled there a little bit. Weird. Ockenhausen coming out of the game now, though. Sure, I'll turn on the Seattle-Cleveland game. Why not? Baseball's baseball. All right, coming back out of commercial here finally. Trying to see who they brought in to pitch now for LSU. $7:30 on the West Coast time, so that means it's 9:30 in Baton Rouge. 9:30, am I right, Alex? Garrett Edwards, 6'5" junior out of Picton, Louisiana. Got good stuff. Huge strikeout to walk ratio. 9 appearances this year, 3-0, .87 ERA. Only given up 11 hits in 20 and 2/3 innings and has 24 strikeouts. A big situation here. Infield's in. Let's see what happens.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Big situation here.
Did you see the home run that Anthony McKenzie hit?
And a single base hit, 2-2. No.
Tie game. Edwards blew it. So they're down 20-7, and he corks a home run. How many people do you think are at an Oklahoma baseball game on a Thursday when they're down 13 runs?
Probably the 34 people that were yelling at me trying to put him in the top 25.
I don't even think it's that many.
Stanford is coming back to life, and people need to be afraid because they're gonna start tearing the cover off the ball. And I gotta look it up. But they have a freshman who's thrown Saturdays now. They put Drew Dowd in the bullpen, and he has been lights out.
I think that's where he should be. I think that's a better spot for him.
I know we talked about him earlier in the season, and Bryce Matthews has been terrific. Like they are.
Bryce Matthews figured it out. That's really good to hear because he's another guy that you can't help but not root for. He's
right. But they got a freshman. You have to look at his freshman stats, dude. The guy that's been pitching on Saturdays has been electric. They're tough. That's a tough team.
Smart. I know you're a big Pac-12 guy, but why didn't you tell us that Arizona State is leading the Pac-12?
I did. I said Arizona State's first, USC is second, and Stanford's third. USC is second. I made a big deal about this the other day. I said Arizona State and USC are 1-2 in the Pac-12. USC has 7 Pac-12 wins already.
My Utes are in last.
USC has more Pac-12 wins this year than they had all of last year already in 9 games.
And they still have their famous series where they play up really good against somebody too, because this has just kind of been their consistency.
They took 2 or 3 from Stanford.
Yeah, so they already. Well, I mean, last year they beat UCLA and then disappeared. They were like, "Yeah, that's all we came out for."
Yeah, that was one of the few that Oregon State took care of down there on the road.
That was such an odd season for USC, and then everybody left.
And everybody transferred, and they brought in new staff.
I'm happy for them because they like I remember doing their write up and I was like, I don't even know who to write about because they all left. Anybody worth staying left for them.
Well, they got a great coaching staff. That's a big difference there, I think.
Gilmet left.
Yeah. They had like 6 guys last year hit double-digit home runs and all leave.
I feel like Drew Bowser's been at Stanford forever just because he started as a freshman.
He's been he's been struggling a little bit. Huge.
They have Cal next weekend. Why is Texas Tech playing a midweek against Stanford?
Why is Stanford playing a midweek against Texas Tech?
Well, it's at home for Stanford. I understand. I get why Stanford did it. Who did Texas Tech play on the front end of that?
That's an absolute cannon down to second there from Alonso.
I know.
That's a really good throw.
That's right on the money. I backed it up. That's right on the money.
That is so good. He threw
It's
it to
'cause you
the
heard
front side of the bag. Ooh, he might be safe, though.
Are you talking about Matt Scott, the
Yes.
Saturday guy?
Yeah. Look at his stats the last few starts.
If it'll load for me.
He's been outstanding.
Yeah, Tech plays midweek games against Grand Canyon. And their midweek games are tougher than their actual games.
Yeah. He's
This
safe, by the
is-
way. Even as great as that throw was, I think he's safe.
They play Thursday, Friday, Saturday against North Dakota State, and then they play 2 games against Stanford on Monday and Tuesday.
Well,
And then
that's
they
why
play
they're
at
playing North
Oklahoma.
Dakota State. Yeah.
Probably not to lose the mojo.
They play North Dakota State, and then they play then they play Stanford, and then they play a mid-major team.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then they play
mid-major.
Grand Canyon, and then they play Baylor, then they play Abilene Christian, then Kansas State, Sam. It's kind of
Texas
funny how
Tech.
it worked out that the three series that matter for Texas Tech, they play all at the beginning. Like their schedule is stupid easy.
Yeah, they need to win this one, and then they have a chance to win in the Big 12.
I don't even think they need to win this one. They just need to not get swept. Because OU is not very good. Baylor, they'll sweep. Kansas State, they'll sweep. West Virginia. Why are they ranked? Is there something I'm missing about West Virginia? Why are they ranked?
People are dumb.
I don't like D1 baseball has them ranked.
Safe,
Maybe they're
by the way.
ranking. Oh, he was safe.
Calls overturned. He's safe at second. It's a really good throw still.
Yeah. Mark, since he got in the rotation, his first start was against Oregon State. 6 innings, 1 run. Then Utah, 8 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs.
Yeah.
And before that, no runs.
Before that, he hadn't given up a run. Yeah.
He gave up 3 against USC, but
in a good start still.
yeah.
He's good, dude. He's good.
Is West Virginia beat somebody good? Like, why are they ranked? Are they just not lost?
Who? West Virginia?
They're 19-6.
Have they even played anybody good?
They have a series loss to Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern's good, though.
They beat Arizona.
Which doesn't really matter right now since Arizona's way down.
They lost to the Diamondbacks. Oh, hear this gauntlet. William and Mary, VCU, Canisius, Richmond, Canisius again. 3 games against Minnesota. 3 games against UNC Greensboro. 2 wins against App State. Hofstra, series win over Xavier.
Xavier's terrible.
I think all of those teams are terrible. I think App State, they run rolled.
Yeah, I think we're safe not ranking that team.
And they play Kansas State, Kansas. So they could very easily be first in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark,
it's not a good West Virginia team.
we got Pitt, West Virginia from PNC Park.
I hope Pitt takes it to them.
I kind of like Pitt. They're so bad you almost have to root for them.
They're the Boston College of the ACC this year.
Pitt and Penn State. I kind of like Penn State. I think that if they beat, they have no history outside of football. I didn't realize that about Penn State. Like they've only made the basketball tournament like 3 times. Like before they beat A&M, their largest basketball win was 12 points in a tournament.
They're bad.
They're terrible. Penn State. Yeah, Pitt sits at 11-11 and 3-4 in conference.
How have they only played 7 conference games?
They
Did
canceled
they
the
play today?
series.
Oh.
No, they canceled the series against UNC. And then
Pitt?
Pitt, UNC got canceled, and then they beat Virginia Tech. They took 2-3 over Virginia Tech.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about Penn State for a minute. I was like, why is Penn State playing UNC?
No, Penn State's 0-3 because they got swept by Michigan last weekend.
Yeah.
They play record. They play. Although they did play North Carolina and lost. They play Indiana, Purdue, Ohio State, Iowa, Rutgers, Nebraska. Gosh, they drew a horrible schedule.
They got the tough side.
They got every team that's like halfway decent. They got.
Yeah, why can't they be playing like the Ohio States of the world?
Minnesota, Michigan State, Minnesota. I think we've had every team win a game this year. By the way, I think this was a lot earlier.
This is way earlier than last year. Last year we were going deep into the season. We were all the way into almost to May.
I think Iona was like 0-30. Minnesota's 5-19 now. Man, they're hot. They've won 5 of 6.
Can you take a look at New Mexico for me?
They're terrible. New Mexico.
Not New Mexico State. New Mexico is like leading the league and is leading the D1 in runs scored, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're first in the Mountain West too. I was thinking of New Mexico State. New Mexico
State's bad.
Let me see, it's loading. I think they might be the only team that hasn't won a game for sure. Everybody else that I've been kind of keeping like a pulse on, I believe, has won.
New Mexico State hasn't won a game?
I mean, yeah, I don't think they have.
No, they've won.
They're 4. Yeah, they're 4. New Mexico is 15-8 and 5-3 in the Mountain West.
New Mexico's a tournament team,
but they've won. They beat Air Force, and they lost 2 of 3 at Fresno State.
New Mexico can hit. Their pitching is not much to speak of, but they can hit.
New Mexico State is 4-17.
Yeah.
They won, but they played. I don't even know who this is. They beat Utah Tech but didn't get. They beat New Mexico. Wow. They beat them 2-0. You know that was the first time that they played outside after the murder thing with basketball.
Really?
Ottawa Spirit. I don't even know what the hell this is.
Oh my God. 2 errors. It's at least 1 error on the play.
Have you ever heard of Ottawa University of Arizona?
No.
They beat New Mexico State beat them 23-2.
Ottawa State of New Mexico?
Ottawa University, Arizona.
Never even know.
I've been following baseball my entire life, and
I've watched probably every team in Arizona play, and I've never heard of them.
I haven't even heard of these schools.
Oh, here's your boy Kling.
Like, I mean, you're a big obscure sports guy. Park Gilbert, University of British Columbia. I've heard of Embry-Riddle, Milano, Jessup, the Masters.
I've heard of Jessup.
Jamestown, Morningside, Dickinson State,
Jamestown,
San Diego Christian, Benedictine Mesa, Hope International, Vanguard. These sound like fake schools.
They're like NCAA made up schools.
Yeah, like auto, like when they couldn't get the licensing, Kling was flying out of the box.
Yeah.
Or when they couldn't get the licensing, so instead of it being like LSU, it's Baton Rouge.
Gavin
Ottawa.
Gidfrey coming in to pinch run.
Isn't Kling fast?
Yeah. He's not running for Kling. He's running at second.
Oh. They are NAIA. Why is New Mexico State scheduling NAIA schools?
Because they're bad.
That's embarrassing that a D1 university is scheduling NAIA.
Absolutely, it is. Unless you're like scheduling like the national champ.
Who won the national champ for NAIA?
What school did Kiko Romero go to? That's your answer.
It was Southeastern.
That I don't know if Kiko Romero went to Southeastern.
So a university like Tampa, like the University of Tampa, how high up do you think that they could compete at the D1 level?
At the D1 level?
Like obviously,
Lower,
I think they win like the shitty conferences.
that's what I'm saying. I think they're lower, bottom of the barrel Power 5 teams, middle to upper of most mid majors.
You'd go that high?
I believe that they just get a lot more talent of guys who can't get into schools at D1.
So do you think
They
that they
have a
would
lot
be a
of
tournament?
talent.
Do you think they would be a tournament team?
Ooh, yeah, 4 seed somewhere.
A 4 seed? So
It depends on the conference though. Like, so if you put them in
would they
in
be
a
the
certain,
Sun Belt?
they would not win the Sun Belt. No,
The Conference USA?
they could win Conference USA.
Let's see.
They have MLB like talent, dudes who just can't get the grades and stuff.
So here's Conference USA, which I didn't realize DBU went from the Missouri Valley to the Conference USA. Charlotte, DBU, FAU, FIU, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee, North Texas doesn't have a baseball team. Rice, UAB, UTEP doesn't have a baseball team. UTSA, Western Kentucky.
I like Charlotte and I like Dallas Baptist.
UTSA is leading that conference. They're 20-6, and they beat the doors off of Texas State.
Freaking bases clearing double.
Oh, jeez. That's all she wrote, I think.
5-2 LSU. Boy, that's a bad one. 2 errors in the inning cost that. Those are all unearned runs right there. He missed his spot.
By the way, JT, I know his bat looks wood, but that's not a wood bat. Now that I got a good look at it. No, it's the Visus.
Yeah.
The only reason I know that is because I asked him about it in Round Rock because I couldn't figure out what it was. He was like, "It's a Visus. It's more balanced than in-loaded," is what he was saying.
Why are LSU fans throwing beer cans on the field?
They are. They probably don't know how to win, man. It's been a while for them.
Be a number 1 team here, LSU. Like, I know I picked Tennessee to win this, but that is.
Yeah, that's a good swing. You got a good swing on that one.
That's a really good swing.
That's what he works on too. If you watch him, like when he warms up, he like really, really works heavy on his back knee, driving it through. Yeah. And you see situations like that. Now you know why he works on it so much. There's the beer can. That's the student section. Oh, the cops are throwing him out. They're flipping off the cops. I wonder if this will conflict.
I thought only Tennessee fans threw stuff on the field.
Well, Tennessee doesn't when they're mad. LSU doesn't when they're happy.
It's celebratory for LSU. It's anger out of for Tennessee.
So hold on. What do you think they finish top half of Conference USA?
Yeah, I think they finished 3rd or 4th.
So you got Charlotte in front of them, Dallas Baptist, UTSA. So you think they're like talent-wise around Rice?
I do.
So then SEC-wise, do you think they beat any SEC teams?
No.
It's another one that's really kind of
Big Ten.
They win the Big Ten. They're a Southern team. Maryland's halfway a Southern team, and they dominate the Big Ten.
I think they finished 6th in the Big Ten.
Maryland or Tampa?
No, Tampa.
6th?
Yeah.
Who do you have in front of them?
Iowa,
Maryland, Rutgers, Iowa.
Rutgers, Michigan. And then take your pick on one other team. I don't care who it is.
I didn't think Michigan was that impressive when I saw them.
Michigan's better than people think, in my opinion.
They have a weird roster, I would say. They don't have a lot of pitching at all. They have a few good bats that are pretty good.
They can hit.
Yeah, they can hit really well. I mean, you can tell with their. I mean, that's what Arizona State used to do. They didn't have any pitching. They would just go out there and rake.
Yeah.
Where do you think they finish? Here's your tough one. Big West Conference.
Oh man, rattle
So
off the Big West for me. Let me mentally prepare
from
myself
top
here.
to bottom. UC San Diego, Santa Barbara, Fullerton, Hawaii, Northridge, Long Beach State, Poly, Irvine, Davis, Riverside, and Bakersfield.
They are probably, right below Poly.
So you put like Hawaii and Northridge over them?
I don't think Hawaii is that good this year. I think Hawaii's just been playing good baseball. They got a really good team aspect going. I think that talent-wise, I put them right below Cal Poly. Poly's down a little bit this year, talent-wise, from where they usually are, but they have a really good coach.
It is worth saying that the only reason Hawaii is up so high is because they beat Poly in a series. Not that necessarily Hawaii is very good.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think. Yeah, I think I love Hawaii. Les Minaraka Stadium is one of the best stadiums ever to go watch a baseball game. But I think Tampa would probably be 6th or 7th in that league.
Yeah, I think. So here's the real question then.
Long Beach State is down too a little bit right now from where they usually are too. So both those teams are having down years, but UCSB is good. San Diego's good.
Fullerton
Fullerton's
the last team to
well.
beat Texas.
Yeah.
Is that a 3-bid league, you think?
Yeah. Man, no.
I don't know. I feel like it's a lot deeper. Like I think Long Beach State and Irvine are good enough to take series against some of these teams. I think that's the only reason that I think the WAC is a 3-big league is because it's so bad outside of those 3 teams.
Yeah, maybe it is I'll go 3. I'll go 3 out of there this year. They were 2 last year, right? I think it's because Cal Poly did not make the tournament. And it was just San Diego and UCSB last year.
Yeah. Was it UC San Diego or San Diego that made it?
San Diego.
What is going on in the chat? What the
Is that on Twitter?
It's in the chat with Monty.
Oh, in our chat? Oh, I can't see the chat. From YouTube?
Yeah, Ashley was saying that she was walking her dog and she stopped to look through somebody's window.
Hey, we don't ever sleep at College Baseball Central, all right? We watch the games. No matter where we're at, doesn't matter. What was that LSU as the background? I was trying to figure out what the background was. Like Alex must have set this up.
Yeah. Well, actually, I set it up. Well, Alex, I chose it, but Alex set it up.
Yeah.
Do you think they storm the field if LSU wins?
No.
I think we should start that in baseball. I'm not gonna try and do it
That
by
ball
myself,
is.
but I think we should storm the
Oh.
field after baseball games.
You think so?
I think that'd be badass, man.
Here's when
I mean, okay,
here's when you can.
they
You
already
win.
have the kids go on the field like after the game, so it's not like a liability thing because they're set up to do it.
You win. You win. You win a conference title. You win a conference tournament, or you win the national championship.
The fans. What about like this one? I think that'd be fun. I would be for.
Or a
Oh, we got
super.
that.
What if it's your
You
first super? What if you win your first super? Like if ECU wins their first super, they should get a storm the field.
I don't know. They ain't super. They've been to Omaha like a ton, but it's a pretty frequent thing, and that was probably one of the more electric things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've been at Oregon State when they've won a super, and I've been there when they've lost a super.
Was it weird when they lost?
It was awkward, but it was really. I mean, Auburn was really good that weekend.
It was so awkward when Arkansas lost, and I was down there on the field. It was such a weird.
You're like, oh.
Well, the other thing too was we had to return Katie's vest for photography, and it was in the Arkansas dugout where the box was. So we're like, I was like, we really want to leave, but we waited until they all cleared out, and
I love that they gave her a vest for photography.
I
Her and
still remember
Reggie,
this.
right?
Yeah, I still remember this. What was the rent catcher's name?
Tucker or Turner, Michael Turner.
Yeah, Turner. He just stood there like at the end of the dugout for like 15 minutes after the game. Like after everybody had left, he just like stood at the field, like watching the field, because he made the last out. And I was like, it was a very surreal moment.
What are you gonna do though? Like that your meaningful baseball could be done at that point.
I think he's still with the White Sox, but yeah, I don't think he'll play a meaningful game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's never gonna be. He's more than likely not going to be the bigs.
I don't. That's the weird thing about minor league baseball is you can say the midweek games don't matter. Minor league baseball games really don't matter.
No, your teammates could be gone at any moment.
Yeah,
it's so hard
they
to build
don't care.
any chemistry and care about it. Like you're like whatever. The fans like it though. Like the fans get into it. They're like, "Oh, we won the West." I'm like, "Yeah, the first half of the league, which is weird."
And I like the promotional schedules too.
Yeah, it's minor league ball it serves its purpose, but it's not competitive.
No, and I liked it. I went to a few Express games when they had a big pitcher come down or something like that. I would go.
But Tennessee's cooking something.
You think they bring in Blake Money to close it out?
No.
No Blake Money.
No Blake Money.
How old is he? I feel like he's like my age.
He's 37. He's my age.
He's been there forever.
He's probably 25.
Let's see, Blake Money from Spring Hill, Tennessee. 6'7", 240. Jeez. A big man with a big personality.
Is that what it says?
As he exudes confidence on the mound and competes at a high level.
Oh.
He's only a junior? What? There's no way.
The COVID year, red shirt year, sure. Herring looks like he's warming up, the big lefty.
Do you think they bring in Christian Little?
No. As much as I love Christian Little, I think that his future role is a closer on this team. I don't think they have enough on the backside of the bullpen right now. LSU doesn't feel comfortable in anybody.
Blake Money has the only game he's pitched in a meaningful game was against A&M, and he gave up a run. in an inning. He pitched in a 9-2 game, a 16-4 game. His ERA's low because he doesn't ever pitch.
He doesn't throw against anybody either.
He played against Grambling.
Pinch hitter Caveras Tears for Tennessee. Freshman.
Oh, you're really behind.
Oh, I'm really behind?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I'll back up, try and get with you.
How'd I get behind? I rebooted, so hopefully it goes forward again. Still showing me Tears up at the bat. 0-2.
I mean, he's up, but I'm a little bit ahead. He's in an 0-2 count.
I'm in an 0-2 count.
Oh, then I guess we're at the same spot. Tears or Tears?
Tears. Better tears the cover off the ball if he wants to keep playing.
440, jeez. I always love when they show their high school stats. It's like, okay, we get it. You were really good.
Strike 3.
What's the craziest high school stat you've ever seen of like a pro player?
The craziest high school stat?
Yeah.
Man. I don't know.
As Carl Crawford hit 800.
That's
his
pretty
senior.
nuts.
So it's a little bit.
I've heard of pitchers who threw like a 0 ERA for a season.
Like Clayton Kershaw, who threw the perfect game, 27 strikeout.
Yeah. Like that's nuts.
So here's the part that's crazy about Carl Crawford is he was a can't miss high school prospect, right? And then he played since he lived in an inner city school, so he played against like inner city kids that were like absolutely terrible.
That were just trash.
Yes. I think he went to Nimitz or something like that. Let me see. He went to Jefferson Davis. He was an RBI kid.
1-1 count here, Jake. Does Tennessee have a chance coming back?
No. Oh man. So I was reading about Carl Crawford. Here's a person that you probably haven't thought about in a long time. He played on the same travel team as Josh Beckett.
Josh Beckett.
And that's how he got noticed. Was he had he began working with a hitting coach, and the hitting coach advised him to get on the same team as Josh Beckett. And that's how he got noticed.
Josh Beckett was a dude. Florida?
So Carl Crawford had a scholarship to play point guard at UCLA, quarterback at Nebraska, USC, and Oklahoma. And he had signed to Oklahoma. Josh Beckett. I wonder what he's doing these days.
Just living off of being awesome. Probably drinking Busch Lights somewhere.
He was committed to A&M before
getting drafted.
And that'll do it.
That's game. LSU takes game 1 of the series, 5-2. A little unorthodox. Only 7 hits for LSU. The one error for Tennessee really could have been 2 errors, but that ended up giving LSU the window to get them through. Crazy. Good Thursday night game, though. What's the Stanford game at? That game still going?
That one, 21-11 in the 8th. So,
hey, Oklahoma fans, CBC 15, go buy your gear before your team's out of it. CBC 15, go find it at Home Field Apparel. Figure it out. Tennessee's having a team meeting and left.
Well, Mark, I got to head out. This has been fun. We're probably going to try and do this for the bigger Friday games. So, fans, if you go back and rewatch this, let us know if you like it. If you hate it, feel free to tweet it at Noah Darling. That's where all our complaints go, so feel free to tweet it there.
Tell Noah that you hated us watching this game. All right, buddy, I'm going to get some food.
See ya.
Bye.